Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, X-Wing players, and anyone who is potentially interested in X-Wing. Welcome to our channel. Please subscribe to our future transmissions and click like on our videos that you want to see more of. The more videos you click like on, the more we know what videos to create more of. So, my call sign is BatMando. If you are interested in learning this game or are just getting back into this game, then this is the place to be. Our topic today is navigating the obstacles, the large base edition. Please stay away from the obstacles, especially with large bases. You don't want to be an asteroid magnet. Now, before we get into the actual shows and pictures and everything else, let's go ahead and ask you to leave a comment in the comment section of this particular video. And that is, what is the best large base ship? This is going to hopefully stir up some conversation, maybe some strong opinions as well. But if there are any new players that are just learning about this game and have no idea what ship that they want to buy as a large base, it may help them out with some research, such as looking at the Decimator, looking at the Falcon, which Falcon for that matter, since there are three of them, and then also possibly taking a look at other ships that are just being released, such as the YT 2400, also known as the Outrider, aka Dash Rendar. All right, let's go ahead and jump back into our lesson, and that is spatial awareness. You got to have it to do well in this game. Now, we have some pictures for new players to avoid becoming an asteroid magnet with a large base ship, because let's face it, you don't want to be an asteroid magnet, also known as a TIE fighter. Yep, I just said that, didn't I? Moving on. Okay, so as the other two videos have shown you, this large base is range 2 of the obstacle there. Ordinarily, you wouldn't be able to pre-measure because that's just not the way we play the game. So this is here only as a visual reference, and let's go ahead and start talking about, you don't want to run this ship onto the rock. So what maneuvers can you make? You know what's awesome about the Houndstooth, also known as the YV666? And guess what? It has a front arc that is 180 degrees wide. So awesome, by the way, because you have a ship who tries to get over here to attack you from the side. That's usually a problem for something like, say, the Shadowcaster or any other large base ship for that matter, especially if they don't have a turret that goes that way. So, or their turret's facing the wrong way. But on this ship, not going to happen. However, I will tell you, it's really problematic when some ships get behind this thing, because what are you supposed to do? Turn around, make a 180? It doesn't do that, by the way. But you know what you can do in this instance? You can go ahead and take a hard turn, or so hard turn left, hard turn right, going to turn you 90 degrees, but you're still in the fight. So now, in which case, that is a possibility. Now, let's go ahead and say that for whatever reason, you can't turn hard left or hard right, and you have to go pretty close to this obstacle. What options do you have available to you? Unfortunately, for this instance, just one, and that is a left one bank, because I will show you here in a little bit that the right one bank is going to go ahead and clip that rock and damage your ship. So it's not as close as you would predict this bank to the left is, but obviously you can't do a one forward. That's going to put you on the rock. And you could go ahead and try to speed past that thing. So, but in the event that you don't have a speed fast or a speed long enough to get past this, then you're going to be again on rock, taking damage and everything else. So your only option, if you have to stay close to this particular rock, is to do a left one bank. Now, let's go ahead and show you what happens with a right one bank. There you have it. So unfortunately, the Houndstooth has clipped that rock, and they are going to receive damage and then have to roll for another damage with the attack die. Long story short, on large bases, I would advise the smaller movements around obstacles, because if you do a large movement, if you did a bank 2 on this, you're still going to be clipping the backside here, but you're going to be more on the asteroid than not. Now, and nobody wants to be on any obstacle, because that means you can't shoot anyone. And what's the fun in that? Oh, wait. Now, moving right along. Let's see here. So we have the same scenario. excuse me, that we've done for other ships with the medium base and small base, trying to get through these two obstacles here to the side. Now, let's say that you have to slip in between these two things. A right 3 from this position is just going to land you on that rock or just right in front of it, and then you can't move because the majority of these large base ships do not have a barrel roll. So there are some that do, such as the punishing one, but unfortunately, this ship right here, the Houndstooth, does not have a barrel roll, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to have to split this maneuver between two different rounds. The first one is going to be moving this thing forward, one forward. And you may be asking, well, could I do it with the two forward? No. So what I will show you is you see this line right here. If imagine that's where the base would be after going two forward. At that point in time, I really don't think you have a lot of wiggle room for making a too hard or any kind of hard turn there, because that's not going to clear the obstacle at that point in time. You may get lucky, but at the same time, let's go ahead and just be a little bit on the conservative side this time. So you do the one forward, and then you're going to be doing the one bank to the right, and that clears you on both sides. So it doesn't look like you're scratching paint on either side. So in which case you're doing pretty well there. So now what a large base loses in fast speed, it makes up in size by the amount of space that it gains due to the size of its base. So now that being said, if you didn't notice in the previous slide, this particular pilot for this particular ship is a level 3, initiative 3. So what that means is they're going to be moving first and clogging up this lane. And if you had any higher initiative ships that were trying to get through here to get to you, well, they're now hitting you at range 0. And it's going to be really hard for them to get around you considering your size. So in which case, there it is. So this is the conclusion of our movement series. We very much appreciate you watching these videos and hope that they were helpful to you. Now, in which case, let's go ahead and remind you, please, please, please leave your answer for this particular question in the comment section of this video. What is the best large base ship? I'm about to give my 2 credits. So my top 3 large base ships in X-Wing. First is going to be the Jumpmaster 5000, also known as the Punishing One, Dengar ship. Now, some of you at home might be like, really? That's going to be your advice on that one? As long as you know how to fly it and you know that you want to be making more of turns to the left than the right, then you should be good. So there are ways that you fly this ship. Lots of people may be like groaning at the fact that I'd put that as my top choice, but that's my opinion. Feel free to dispute it on the comments section there. Mainly what I will tell all of our new players, if you're looking at this ship, all the turns on this ship to the right are red, and that stresses it out. So you want to make it so that you basically fly on the board, always needing to turn to the left. So it is limited, but it's still an awesome ship, especially since Dengar has the ability to shoot back. So now, in which case, my second favorite, guess what? I am a original trilogy fan, and I'm sorry, the Millennium Falcon is obviously iconic. There are so many ways that you can make this ship entirely dangerous. So in which case, that is going to be my second best. And then I had to throw in an extended ship because, well, this is my favorite extended ship that is still out there. The Lancer class pursuit craft, also known as the Shadowcaster. It's got a lot of great pilots on it. One of them is a Force user, Asajj Ventress, and then Sabine has some nasty tricks, and so does the other pilot that I just blinked on, Ketsu Ono. So anyway, so lots of good things that can happen with that ship. So feel free to drop in your comments and see what you think, or let me know what you think about what you think are the large base ships that are your go-tos in building your squads. Now, if you are needing to use any of our resources, if there was anything that I mentioned that you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you want to look at the dials for any of the ships that we were making reference to, feel free to go to Fandom X-Wing and look up the ships that we were talking about, and then you will see their dial as well. All right. Thank you once again for watching. If there are any questions or there are any topics that you would like us to cover in a future video, feel free to send me an email at the address on your screen. So, thank you to Slides Carnival, Unsplash for the media that we have in this presentation. And then, as always, please support our channel. Click like on the videos that you like so we know which videos to create more of. Please subscribe to our channel. Please go ahead and tell your friends about this channel. See if they want to get into X-Wing with you, because it's always great to play with friends. So, thank you very much for watching, and as always, BatMando out.